We continue in chapter 52, Parak Nun Beis. We're speaking about how the Shechina comes down into this world and gives it life force. So we explain, Uviradasa, looking inside, when the Shechina comes down from one world to the next, the Shechina doesn't just pass through the world, but it stops in every single world, and it encloses itself in all the worlds. In every single world there is a level of Holy of Holies, right? In our world, the Holy of Holies was the Beis Hamikdash, right? The holiest place. And in the Beis Hamikdash was the Kodesh HaKodashim. So in every world there is that level of Holy of Holies, a very holy place. It's explained in Zayar. What is Shechina? The Shechina, Shehi Malchus Datzilus, which is the Malchus is like the lowest part of Atzilus, right? Because the highest sphere is Chachma, the lowest one is Malchus, and Malchus will be the one that connects it to the next world, right? It's like a ladder that goes down to the next world. So Malchus of Atzilus, Shehi B'chinas Gilu Erintzei Baruch Hu V'chayus Shemer La'ilumais V'lchein Kras Varavaya Upiv Kavyachol. So the level of Malchus in the world of Atzilus is actually sometimes called Dvar Havaya, the word of Hashem, or it's called Ruach Piv, the spirit, the word of his mouth. So why is it called that? We say Al Darach Mashal by way of example, your speech reveals what is in your mind. So let's say you really like someone, and you like the way they're treating you, and you like the way they play basketball, and you're right. So if you have it in your mind, they don't know. But once you tell them, and you say, "Wow, I really like those shoes. Those are nice Nike shoes," or that's a nice new car you have, right? So you're revealing to them. Your mouth is a tool of revelation from what you have in your mind. So too by Hashem, Malchus, which is like the revealing level, it's like the ladder that goes out into the next level, is called Ruach Piv, or Dvar Havai, the word of his mouth. Just like by us, our mouth reveals what's in our mind. Yeah, so this level, so it comes down from Malchus Datzilus, and what's the next world under Malchus? Bria. And it goes into the Holy of Holies of Bria. Shehu Chabad of Bria. It's the Chachma, Bina, and Das of Bria, the highest levels in Bria. And once it goes lower down in that world to Malchus of Bria, what gets created?
We can't see the screen, by the way.
Oh, shoot, my bad. Sorry about that. Let me see what happened.
You're sharing your team, not the...
I'm sharing though. Why is it not?
You're sharing your team. You're not sharing your...
Oh, 1 second. Tell me if this works better now. Okay, share. Is that better?
Yeah.
All right, fine. So what happens is when the Shechina comes down into Malchus of Bria, which is the lowest level of Bria, what gets created? The things that are like the most not physical, because Malachim aren't physical, but the things that are most like separate entities, which would be what? The Neshamas and the Malachim of Bria. So things that are separate from Hashem, in a sense, they would get created because they're when you get to the lowest level, then you could create things that are like have a little bit of Gashmius to them in a way, right? Also, that's where Talmud comes from, right? Talmud, the level like Gemara, that's where it comes from. It comes from the world of Bria. Kind of like we explained earlier. In the world of Bria, that's where Hashem's Chachma is. Right? So it's in that world, but it's on a very, 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 very small level. It's like a very condensed level. Why? In order for the Malachim and the Neshamas to actually be able to get vitality from the level of Chabad, you have to first have what? You have to have a concealment, a contraction. Therefore, that's where Talmud comes from there. But not Mishnah, right? Not the Mishnah. Only the Gemara comes from there. Which is also the level of Chabad. So the Talmud it's the reasons, right? The reasons for why you have the halachas. That's what Talmud is, back and forth. Ravashi, Rava, Abaye, right, back and forth. But what about the halachas atzma? Not the rules. Not the reasons, but the rules themselves. That's from the midas of Hashem. Shein chesed v'din v'racham. Right, when Hashem has a midah of chesed, kindness, then he'll rule what? That the guy is tahar, right? But if Hashem is a little more on the gevura side, then it'll lean towards what? It'll lean towards the guy's puzzle, or he's chayiv, or he's tameh, right? שמהן נמשך התר ואיסר והכשר ופוסל והחייב והפטר, right? So we said heter, iser, kosher, posel, chiyuv, and pater. Those two opposite things comes from either chesed and either chesed or din, and then you have in the middle is the rachamim, right? Which is basically make up of both of them, like we explained in the Zayar, tikunim. So in short, today we're saying when the oilamais, right, the Shekhinah passes through all the oilamais and it resides within each of the oilamais for a certain amount of time, and when it gets to the lowest world of that oilam, it's able to create things that are like separate, like angels, neshamas, and then it goes to the next world until it comes down all the way into our world. Shkayach everyone for joining today's Tanya Shiur.